With Christmas just around the corner, only a couple of weeks away, I thought I would answer one of the most commonly asked questions I get on YouTube, and people send me emails and send me all sorts of messages on Facebook. And that question is, what is the easiest bonsai for a beginner? So that question is like, how long is a piece of string? Because there are many facets to that question. Now, if you're looking at indoor bonsai, I would say the easiest of all the indoor bonsai is the ficus. I'm now in my conservatory. You can see this is part of my house. But because the ficus is a true indoor tree, they can stand being outside in the summer, but in the winter they need a minimum temperature of, I would say, like maybe 3 or 5 degrees, as low as that, and they can stand the normal room temperature of about 16, 17, 18, but probably not too hot. So if you come close and have a look, this is what the ficuses look like. They come in all different sizes. We have these small ones, the broom style ones like this. So this is certainly one of the most popular trees that we sell. And this, I would say, is the easiest and simplest bonsai for a beginner. I will now take you to the greenhouse where I will show you some more indoor varieties, and then I will also talk about outdoor bonsai. So let's go there. In our greenhouse where we sell the indoor trees, you will recognize the Chinese elm. I call it the ubiquitous Chinese elm because it is one of the most common bonsai that you will find all over the world. And I believe that in China they literally grow this variety of bonsai by the million. By the million. So it is a very common tree. The technical name is Ulmus parviflora. Some people in Europe call it the Zelkova because of the quarantine conditions. They changed the name, but they're all elms. So the Chinese elm is sold as an indoor tree. But this is where there is a word of warning. Except for the ficus, which can stand normal room temperatures, all the other so-called indoor trees, and this applies to Podocarpus, Sagaretia, and most of the other ones which are commonly encountered as indoor bonsai, really need a very, very cool room. In this greenhouse, we don't heat it. Because we don't heat it, the temperature of this greenhouse goes to 1 or 2 degrees centigrade. And therefore, when we keep ficus in here, at the night time, we put all these bubble plastic to protect the trees because the temperature goes really low. So ficuses can stand up to about 3 degrees, I would say, possibly for maybe a short spell of half an hour, 0 degrees, but if you let it go below freezing, it will die. But these other trees, they can stand freezing, but they cannot stand a very warm room. So if you buy this for indoors, make sure they're kept in a cool room and not a warm room. The same applies to the Podocarpus, what they call the Buddha pine. This is also a very tricky tree and it needs to be grown in a cool room. So do be warned, all the so-called indoor bonsai are not as easy as one would think. But having said that, a lot of people are very successful in growing indoor bonsai. So you just got to persevere with it and you should be successful. So recapping again, ficus is by far the easiest of all the indoor bonsai. Next comes the Chinese elm and all the other ones, but they need a cool room. That's all I need to say. I will now take you outside to show you what are the easy outdoor bonsai. Now, if you ask me what is the easiest outdoor bonsai, I would certainly say almost any outdoor bonsai is easy. So you don't have to be fussy about the variety. These are oak trees, these are Scots pines, there's a Japanese pine, there are ordinary native trees like the English field maple, there are Japanese maples. So these trees stay out here all year round and they can stand temperatures as low as -5, -8 or even -10 degrees centigrade. So they're perfectly hardy. You must be wondering why we have those tunnels there. And we also grow indoor bonsai in there. So you come very quickly and have a look. That is all the protection we give these trees in the winter time. So if you look here, this shade netting lets the rain through and the cold also comes through, but just a little bit of shade does give protection for the trees. So these hardy outdoor trees are hardy, but if you protect them, you can be absolutely sure that they don't die. Let's show you some of these outdoor bonsai. At this time of the year, most of the maples have lost their leaves. These are the leaves have just fallen in the last couple of weeks. In the winter they don't have leaves, but they're perfectly all right. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to water them. And then there are junipers, and then there are pines. All the outdoor bonsai are easy. So there is no such thing as one being more difficult than the other. And all the care you need for an outdoor bonsai is to remember to water them in the summer months. In the winter, because in this country we have very damp weather, you don't have to do anything. I know that these videos are going to be watched by people all over the world. In some parts of Central Europe, like Russia, Lithuania, places like that, they get very hard winters. In the central states, Midwest of the United States and Canada, they have very hard winters where the temperature goes down to, I don't know how low below freezing, maybe like minus 30 degrees centigrade. I'm not familiar, but they certainly get cold winters. And there, in those circumstances, they put them in the basement of the house when they get hard frost. But in places like the UK, where we don't get very hard winters, just an ordinary environment like this is okay. And if you see here, we have another area of protection, which is the tunnel. And this is where we keep all our other trees. These are all the junipers we have here. So this environment is all I need, but you don't even need this. So if it is outdoor bonsai, any of the trees are hardy. So you can buy with great confidence. Hope you enjoyed that.